Welcome here to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for race number 11 of the 2015 NASCAR Xfinity Series season. We are live here at Charlotte, 34 laps of racing here for today's Hisense 300. On this great Memorial weekend, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, along with the Xfinity Series, are racing live from Charlotte, as the Truck Series are off this weekend, but they will be back racing next weekend at the Monster Mile. For this weekend, today, it is the Xfinity Series. On the pole is number 33, Ream Chevrolet of Austin Dillon. He will lead the field down to the green flag for the second time in 2015, alongside Joey Logano in the number 22. Road to the number 54 of Denny Hamlin, winner from Phoenix earlier this year, and Brendan Gaughan in the South Point Chevrolet. Regan Smith in the Anderson Maple Syrup Chevrolet will roll off fifth alongside Elliott Sadler. And then Brian Scott, Kyle Larson, Casey Kane, and Carl Edwards, your top 10 as we go racing here from Charlotte. Last time Austin Dillon won a pole, he won the race. That was at Bristol not so long ago. He led all 50 laps in that race. Chase Elliott continues his strong sophomore season as he has a 26-point lead on Rookie of the Year contender Darrell Wallace Jr., 40 points on Elliott Sadler, 53 on Brian Scott, and 61 on Ty Dillon. Regan Smith, Chris Buescher, Ryan Reed, Daniel Suarez, and Ross Chastain, they make up your top 10. Enough of the pre-race news. Let's sit it down, check sauce, so we can get the command to fire up the engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
The pace car in the field will roll off pit lane onto the track. As they do that, check out your starting grid for today's Hisense 300 from Charlotte. Alright, we're going to be going green this time by. Last weekend, the Xfinity Series was off. But 2 weeks ago, we were at Iowa. And it was that number 22 car that went to victory lane. This weekend, it's Joey Logano. But two weeks ago, it was with Ryan Blaney. Logano will start second in that Hertz Ford for Team Penske. Derek White and Alex Kennedy will complete the field of 40. As we had a 48-car entrance field this weekend. 8 drivers missed the show, as you just saw. Tanner Berryhill not driving the 19 car this weekend. That is Alex Kennedy, like we said. Cody Ware is aboard the 15. Jimmy Weller in the 90. Jamie Dick in the 55. Ryan Ellis is in the 26. Chad Boat is in the 84. Also the 98. Has two-time former series champion Ricky Stenhouse Jr. behind the wheel today in the 98 Fred Biaggi number 98 Ford. And Talladega winner Carl Edwards back in the series, driving the 20 car. But up front, Austin Dillon, Joey Logano, green flag is out, will run away from Charlotte. Dillon gets a great jump on the 22 Logano, who spins his tires, and Brendan Gaughan able to get to the inside. He'll take third spot away as Denny Hamlin gets a great jump on the pole center. Austin Dillon, he slides high. Here comes Hamlin to the inside. Race off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon, 2 drivers who already have a win. Dillon won at Bristol, Hamlin won at Phoenix. Driving these exact paint schemes and cars. Now gone to the inside of the 33 of Dillon. And right now, RCR has 3 of their 5 cars inside the top 5. As the 18 off pace, Daniel Suarez, he was real slow coming off turn 4. Down the front straightaway, looks like he has gotten that car back up to speed, but something looks like happened. We got the 55 of Jamie Dick blowing up off turn 2. Problems occur on the 55 of Jamie Dick, the Viva Motorsports number 55, as he blows an engine on lap number 2. And Derek Cope has really lost the field as he is mired all the way back in 39th place. So the field has kind of gotten spread out here. And Sadler in the wall off turn 2 is Chase Elliott on the inside. Elliott has a 26-point lead on that. Let's see, the top 3 in points are right here. 14th, 15th, and 16th. Elliott, Sadler, and Darrell Wallace. And it was a header issue on the 55 of Jamie Dick. Battle of second place now between the two RCR Chevrolets, Brendan Gaughan and Austin Dillon. There's Kyle Larson in that 42 to the inside now. There's the guy who won last Friday night's truck race, Casey Kane. Casey Kane drove the 00 truck, Virginia Motorsports in the truck race, got the win. Now he's driving the 88 Virginia Motorsports car this weekend, and he is now trying to take second spot away from the 62 of Brendan Gaughan. And Kane real sideways as they enter turn 1 and kind of off pacing the 88. Got out of shape right there. Slowed down this whole pack, and look at this huge pack. We got Regan Smith, Ryan Scott, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Logano. As they come off turn 4, Carl Edwards trying to make a 4-wide on Brian Scott. Smith in the outside wall comes down the track into Ryan Reed. Logano runs into Reed, and they're all now they got to start wrecking, and a huge crash down here in turn 1. And then collects the pole center Austin Dillon in the 33. Landon Castle involved. Regan Smith involved. Cale Conley has a lot of front end damage in the 14. Dillon in the 33 involved. A lot of good cars torn up in that one right there on lap number 6. Denny Hamlin will lead the race back to the line. Kyle Larson, Brendan Gaughan, Casey Kane, and Carl Edwards, the top 5. As it all got started off turn 4, and somebody just would not stop trying to force the issue. And I want to say it was the 20 of Carl Edwards. And right here, he gets on the right beside Brian Scott. And, Regan Smith trying to stay off Austin Dillon. He's trying to stay off Brian Scott, who has Carl Edwards right on the inside. Smith comes down into Ryan Reed. Logano runs into Reed. Smith gets hit by the 16. Darrell Wallace gets turned up the track, and Logano involved. Smith, Sadler, Ty Dillon, Dakota Armstrong, J.J. Yaley, Ross Chastain. There's Landon Castle getting hit from both ends right back here in the 0-1. Something I've noticed is Chase Elliott was not involved. That is pretty much the reason why he is the point leader. Doesn't always have the best car, but he always is able to stay out of these crashes that has taken out the guy who was second and third in points, Darrell Wallace and Elliott Sadler. There's Landon Castle. It looks like he gets T-boned by the 14 of Cale Conley, and he also got hit, I want to say it might have been about a 39 of Ryan Sieg. Trouble occur on lap number 6. We had 39 cars on track, and some guys are probably going behind the wall. Trying to see if anybody's got major damage. Landon Castle has probably the worst amount of damage. Cale Conley has some good damage, so does Austin Dillon. And Austin Dillon is out of the race, along with Landon Castle and Cale Conley. They've joined Jamie Dick behind the wall, who had a mechanical problem, and Brendan Gaughan. He was out of line right there, but it looks like he has gotten his car back under control. We had some guys come down pit road under the yellow flag. Blake Cook, John West Townley, J.J. Yaley, Ryan Ellis, Alex Kennedy, Eric McClure, Jimmy Weller, Joey Gase, Jimmy Clements, Derek White, Elliott Sadler, and Derek Cook, Cody Ware, and Regan Smith. Peyton Sellers is also on pit road in the 97. Time to go back green here on lap number 11. We have 24 to go in the NASCAR Xfinity Series live from Charlotte, the Hisense 300. Right now, let's give you a top 15 rundown before we go green. Denny Hamlin out in front of Kyle Larson, Casey Kane, Carl Edwards, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. A great debut, a great 2015 debut for the 98 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Brendan Gaughan, Chase Elliott, Ryan Scott, Chris Buescher, and Kevin Harvick. Ty Dillon, Joe Logano, Darrell Wallace, Dakota Armstrong, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Sieg, David Starr, Ross Chastain, Chad Boat, and Ryan Reed, who has some rear end damage. Harrison Roach, 21st. And everybody else behind them came down pit road, beginning with the 8 of Blake Cook, John West Townley, J.J. Yaley, Ryan Ellis, Alex Kennedy, and on back. Elliott Sadler, Regan Smith, 2 championship contenders, having trouble right now. They will restart in the 32nd and 35th spots. But up front, Denny Hamlin out in front in the Monster Energy Toyota. He gets back on the way from Charlotte. Racing off down into turn 1. To the inside comes the 88 of Casey Kane, to the inside of Kyle Larson. That is a battle for second place. Brendan Gaughan on the inside of the 98 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. off turn 2. And pushing Kane down into turn 3 is he's 20 of Carl Edwards, who kind of forced the issue to bring out the first caution of the day. So now he picks to the inside on the inside of the 88 of Casey Kane. Carl trying to win 2 races in a row for Joe Gibbs Racing, but has yet to go to victory lane in the NASCAR Spring Up Series. And did you see Busher almost turn Brendan Gaughan around? Chris Busher and his teammate Darrell Wallace Jr. have the exact same sponsor, Cheez It, meaning they have the same scheme, so it might be kind of hard to know which one is which. As we've been green now for the last 3 laps, that's good news for Denny Hamlin. Kyle Larson on the inside of Casey Kane for second place, trying to get that second spot back, and there's Chase Elliott continuing to have a strong sophomore season. Right now, trying to get 4th away from the 20 of Carl Edwards. Under this past caution, Elliott Sadler and Regan Smith came down pit road after repairing damage from that lap 6 crash. Right now, Regan Smith has been able to work his way up to the, let's see where he is at the line. He is now 30th in that 7 car. Possibly has a shot to get to 28th if he can get around Jimmy Weller and Jeremy Clements. Elliott Sadler is now up to 26 in the 1 car. Remember at Iowa 2 weeks ago and 1 race ago for the Xfinity Series, Sadler got damaged early on in a little scuffle at Iowa, and we'll get to that in a moment, but Ryan Sieg gets turned up in the outside wall. Problems with the number 39 of Ryan Sieg, and look who gets into him. Elliott Sadler of all people. Runs right into the number 39 of Regan Smith, has nowhere to go. Peyton Sellers, Derek Coop, and of all people, Elliott Sadler, who we were talking about, getting into an early scuffle at Iowa, had a lot of damage and finished outside the top 25. I think might have been outside the top 30. Then there's a spin with Ryan Sieg, and of all people, Elliott Sadler's the guy who runs right into the 39. Doesn't even look like he tried to avoid the 39. Possibly some oil after the 39 slammed the outside wall right here. The contact's made with the... Looks like Ryan Reed's going to turn Ryan Sieg into the grass. And Sieg comes back up the track right in front of the Ryan Reed. And look at David Starr, and some guys able to get through it. Ross Chastain, and Sadler goes to the inside, and he just did not really try to get by. A lot of damage from the 19 of Alex Kennedy. That is huge damage from the 19. Tim Berryhill not driving that car this weekend after sponsorship issues. They are running low on funding for this 19 team. Not sure they'll be racing at Dover next weekend. Or for right now, they could be becoming a starting park team. Or they could possibly be going part-time for the remainder of the 2015 season, the number 19 team we're talking about. But big issues for Elliott Sadler, who came into this race 13 points, already 40 points behind in the championship standings, and Ryan Sieg and Elliott Sadler are done for the day here at Charlotte. Laps are winding down here at Charlotte. We have 15 to go. Denny Hamlin trying to pick up win number 2 in 2015. Dominated the race from the outside pole at Phoenix earlier this year, holding up Chase Elliott to win that race. Right now, he's in front of Casey Kane, who is second, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, and Carl Edwards. The 2-time former Xfinity Series champion Ricky Stenhouse Jr. We have not really talked about this a lot, but in the first part of the year, the number 98 team's been driven by a couple of Cup 4 drivers, Eric Almirola and Sam Hornish Jr. But for the next 10 or so weeks, the 2 guys in the Rouse Cup team will be driving this 98 car. This weekend, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is behind the wheel. Next weekend at Dover, Trevor Bayne will be driving this 98 car for the Biaggi the Besti team. Right now, Stenhouse 6, Brendan Gaughan, Chris Busher, Ryan Scott, and Kevin Harvick. Ty Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Joe Logano, Darrell Wallace, and Dakota Armstrong right now in top 15. We have not really seen that much speed out of this 22 car Logano or the 5 of Kevin Harvick. Kind of surprised, but we still have 15 to go and anything can happen. Remember at the Cup race at Atlanta earlier this year, Harvick started right outside the top 15, or he restarted outside the top 10. With 14 to go, drove all the way up to the lead and won the race. So anything can happen when it comes down to Kevin Harvick in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We're back on the way as Larson to the inside of Casey Kane. As the top three kind of got away from Chase Elliott, they're on the restart. We can tell you that the 19 of Alex Kennedy, the 44 of David Starr, the 39 of Ryan Sieg, and the 1 of Elliott Sadler are out the race. Sadler will finish 33rd in that Route's number 1 car. Now to the inside for second place comes the 9 of Chase Elliott, bringing Carl Edwards in that 20 car with him. The 97 of Peyton Sellers has just went a lap down as he has just now came off pit road. So trouble for the number 97 is Carl now to the inside of the 9 of Chase Elliott. Larson trying to fight back on the outside lane, has Casey Kane behind him. Now he's going to come up through the middle of the 88. And Larson in the wall off turn 4. He smacks the wall. That was not a kiss. That was a pretty good smack. We have another caution out. And it has came out with the 84 of Chad Boat, who has stopped in turn 3 on the apron. Hopefully they can get that car moved before Denny Hamlin and the leaders come down. And looks like Boat is able to drive away. No idea that what happened to the 84 of Chad Boat. Let's check out a replay. He's on the inside of the 70 of Derek Coop and Peyton Sellers. Does he come up the track in the Boat? Oh, yes, he does. Right in front of Chad Boat, makes contact in Sellers, and Boat goes spinning around in turn 3. Boat stops right on the entrance. Well, not on the entrance, but right on the apron, right below the track, and so he has some trouble getting that car fired up, but he is able to drive that car back to pit road. So issues with the belly boat number 84. Some guys coming down pit road. They are Peyton Sellers, Cody Ware, let's see, Ross Chastain's on pit road. Really none of our leaders did come down pit road, so Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, and now Carl Edwards, the top 3 here at Charlotte. We'll have at least a restart with at least 10 to go. Possibly, I say around 8 to go. As we going green with 9 laps remaining in the 2015 Hisense 300. Hamlin, Elliott, Edwards, Casey Kane, and Stenhouse. Larson, Chris Buescher, Brendan Gaughan, Kevin Harvick, and Daniel Suarez, your top 10. Ryan Scott, Ty Dillon, Joey Logano, Darrell Wallace, and Ryan Reed is right inside the top 15. Dakota Armstrong, J.J. Yaley, Harrison Rhodes, John West Townley, and Blake Cook completes your top 20. Regan Smith up to 23rd, so he has made some progress. Just needs a couple more spots to get up inside the top 20, and I believe he can do it. I believe the 7 car has enough speed to get it done, but we'll see. We have another slow car on the apron. That's Pete Sellers. He's just now coming off pit road. As he makes his way in turn 3 and 4, coming off turn 4, the pace car's in pit lane. 9 lap shootout here at Charlotte. Denny Hamlin gets us back on the way. And Elliott spins his tires again. Here comes Edwards to the outside of Chase Elliott. Casey Kane swings it low. He moves to the inside. Casey Kane, Carl Edwards side by side for 3rd place. Now Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in that 98. 42 of Kyle Larson. Getting in the mix as Kane now to the inside of Chase Elliott. Larson, Stenhouse, Josh by the 20 of Carl Edwards. Now as Elliott slides high, here comes his teammate Casey Kane. Looking at the drivers up inside the top 6 here, the top 6 are all racing in the Mars Coca-Cola 600. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Casey Kane, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Larson, and Carl Edwards. And so is Brendan Gaughan and Kevin Harvick. So that's 8 of the top 10. And Edwards down to the inside of Stenhouse. Telling you what, of all these guys up front, this 20 car is making some bold moves, and he's going to end up getting himself into trouble if he does not be careful. And up front, Hamlin not able to pull away. Elliott drives the back bumper of the number 54. We have 31 cars on the lead lap, 32 on track. Peyton Sellers 3 laps down, and he's jumping back to pit road as issues continue for the 97. But Joe Gibbs is under a real... But Denny Hamlin's under a real battle with these Jenny Motorsports cars right behind them, Elliott and Kane. a second, third, fourth, and soon to be fifth place Kyle Larson. They have not been in victory lane yet this season. Right outside the top five, we have Chris Buescher in seventh, Brendan Gaughan, a well-needed run for that 62 of Brendan Gaughan. Gaughan is 12th in points in this RCR Chevrolet. I mean, J.J. Yaley and Ross Chastain, two underfunded teams, are actually ahead of that 62 car in the points. Owner and driver points. And Elliott, he was runner-up to Denny Hamlin back at Phoenix earlier this year. Denny started on the outside of the pole. Like Elliott won the pole for that race. Now Elliott right there on the back bumper of Denny Hamlin. And Elliott looking to continue his great sophomore season, trying to go back-to-back championships. Right now he's in second. And Sellers back on pit road again. Top five's kind of driven away. A guy who's really been starting to drop back is that 42 of Kyle Larson. If a caution comes out now, the race will end under the yellow flag, and whoever wins the race back to the line will be declared the winner, as we do not have enough laps to go for a restart. So Hamlin will love a caution right now, as he would race back to the line and he would steal the win. Well, not really steal the win. He would get the win because Denny's had the best car. Right now, in Chase Elliott, remember at Phoenix, Elliott was all on him it was a last lap restart, and here comes Elliott to the inside off turn 2. Just can't get enough run to stay on the inside. And here they come around a slower 97 of Peyton Sellers, have to run a higher groove down in turn 3, and the Sellers still coming down pit road. Not sure what's going on with that biker racing number 97. Or Bico, I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. 2 to go though, and that's kind of opened the lead now between race leader Denny Hamlin and runner-up Chase Elliott. Third on back has pretty much stayed the same. Casey Kane, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Carl Edwards. Chris Buescher, Kyle Larson, Brendan Gaughan, Kevin Harvick, and Daniel Suarez. Scott, Ty Dillon, Logano, Reed, and Darrell Wallace Jr. Regan Smith, he is 23rd right now in the 7 car. He has not made no gains, but has not lost nothing since we went back green. And we are on the last lap of the race. Denny Hamlin trying to become the second driver to win 2 races this year. He would join the 88 of Kevin Harvick, who won at Atlanta in California. Hamlin will get a second win of the year. Denny Hamlin wins the Hisense 300 at Charlotte. And he gets this weekend. His Memorial Day weekend started off right with a win here at Charlotte, his first Xfinity Series win at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Chase Elliott, another runner-up finish, but another great run to extend his point lead in the championship. Casey Kane, a podium finish. Carl Edwards, a top 5, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., his first Xfinity race since Texas of 2013. And he gets the top 5 finish. Chris Buescher, Kyle Larson, Brendan Gaughan, Kevin Harvick, and Daniel Suarez, the top 10. So a great race here from Charlotte, as Peyton Sellers had continued to have trouble as he will finish 7 laps down. The race is over though, and your winner today is Denny Hamlin, the Hisense 300. Tomorrow, the NASCAR Spring Up Series will be live right here from Charlotte. The Coca-Cola 600, the longest race of the year, coming at you right here from Charlotte, right here on this channel. So stay tuned for that. The top 5 finishers in today's race will be in tomorrow's race, along with Kyle Larson, Brendan Gaughan, and Kevin Harvick, the guys who finished inside the top 10. Also, Logano, J.J. Yaley will be in the race. Austin Dillon. So it's going to be an interesting race tomorrow. Jamie Day completes the field of 40. Next weekend, the NASCAR Xfinity Series will be racing at the Monster Mile, Dover International Raceway. So we will see you next weekend at Dover. Congrats to Denny Hamlin on win number 2 of 2015 in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.